Hey, hi everyone. What's up? Am I audible? Hey, am I audible? कोई चैट पे बताएगा ऑडिबल है कि नहीं? फटाफट बता दो, शुरू करते हैं फिर. Okay, just let me know if I'm audible. I am right. Nice. Great, 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 great. Very low voice. Oh wait. Oh, I'm speaking low. That's why. Wait. I think now you will find a better voice. Waiting for everyone to join, then we will get started. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Yeah. ब्लर, अरे यार ये कुछ तो हुआ कैमरा को. नहीं, अब साफ होना चाहिए. अरे वो मुझे कहीं ना कहीं से वो चाहिए होगा, क्लॉथ इसको साफ करने के लिए. बाद में लाऊंगा, अभी सही है. अब सही है. वेट 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 वेट, क्लॉथ 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 क्लॉथ. अब सही होगा. I am fine. I'm doing fine. कितने, how much marks did you guys get? How many marks did you get? How many marks did you get? What happened on face? I was just trimming, तो रेजर घुस गया अंदर. 70, 117, 9, 50 plus quiz. Okay, okay. Okay, let me just share my screen. That should be it. Yeah, I think, yeah, that should be it. Assuming my screen is visible. Screen visible hai? After so many days, yeah. I'm a bit stuck with the work nowadays. Okay, coding problems. Odd series. That's the first problem. Okay, okay. How many of you were able to solve this? How many of you were able to solve this? How many of you were able to solve this? Can you tell me how many of you were able to solve this? Quick, quick, quick. Oh, a lot of people got TLE. I know why did you get TLE. I think let's consider a sequence of number denoted by FN where I I think I know why you got TLE. I'll tell you the reason. Think kuch uh okay, let's, yeah, you have to kind of use a dynamic programming solution. uh, why, I'll tell you the reason as well. So if you, I think I'll tell you why did you get TLE and how do you figure out what actually the tester wants, because these kind of things might happen when you go for an online screening test. Okay, so let's read the question. So consider a sequence of numbers denoted by fn where fi can be expressed as so and so. Fi equal to fi this, it's a simple Fibonacci series. After a while, a new rule was introduced to the series that for each I greater than 0, which is a multiple of 5. Value of fi is 11, and the remaining series was calculated according to the previous rule. So it's a simple Fibonacci series. Only what they've said is whenever I is a multiple of 5, the value of fi will not follow the series, and we have to assign it to 11. Okay, that is what they are clearly stating. Now Geek wants to find the value of fn, but modulated 10 to the power 9 plus 7 for a given number. Note, your code will be executed. Very, very important point to read. Note, your code will be executed on multiple test cases. This is why you have to be very careful. It clearly states that your code will be executed on multiple test cases. So apparently, in normal, like if you write this int, so since the code will be executed on multiple test cases, you go down and you see that n at maximum can be 10 to the power 5. So let's write something which will probably generate this right at the first time. We would generate this. Okay, let's write this for an example. So over here what I'll do is really we can keep global variable something like int f of, since it is 10 to the power 5. Okay, this is what I'll do. And I know that one thing, f of 0 they have clearly stated is 0, and they've clearly stated f of 1 is 1, right? And now I can go across and say I equal to 2, I lesser than, I can probably go till 10 to the power 5, which is this, and I can go like I plus plus. I know one thing, if I modulated 5 is equal to 0, the value of f of I will be equal to 11. That is something which I know. Or else something I know is f of I will be f of I minus 1 plus f of I minus 2. This is what the formula states if you carefully note. And they clearly stated that the answer that you have to return will be a modulated of 10 to the power 9 plus 7. So probably I can do is int mod equal to 1e9 plus 7. That is something which I can definitely write over here. And over here what I can do is fi is equal to fi modulated mod is what I can definitely give. And now since they say that the code will be executed on multiple test cases, probably I can say first call equal to 0, or you can keep a boolean as well. Now what I know is if this is the first call, remember this, if this is the first call, then what I'll do is I will definitely call the generate. I will definitely call the generate, and I will mark the first call. That first call is done now. So first call can be marked as 1. If it is the first call, only for the first time whenever this function is called, I will call the generate. And what the generate will do is the generate will go and find out all the 10 to the power 5. Yes, find out all the 10 to the power 5 f numbers or odd series. And once they have done it, I know the answer will always lie in f of n. And if it is not the first call, then we never will go across this, and we will always return the f of n. Does that make sense to everyone? Now let's go and check out the driver code once. So in the driver code you see is the object of the class is created only once above the test case. So the object of this particular class will be created only once, and then always you call this particular function. So pretty much simple. Did you get this? Guys, did you get this? Right? Can you just quickly say if you got this or not? What am I trying to do? Since I know that there might be multiple calls, if you carefully see the driver code, there are multiple calls. Okay, if you carefully see the driver code, there are multiple calls to this find nth. So what I did was only for the first call, I generated the entire sequence. I generated the entire sequence, and whenever for the next calls, I just returned f of n. So it's kind of a mini dynamic programming, right? Constraint is bgo, you need to understand constraint is bgo 10 to the power like n is 10 to the power 5. But if you look at the driver code, just look at the driver code. Wait, presentify, wait, I'll show you. So if you look at the driver code, see over here, this thing is executed multiple times. So if it is getting executed multiple times, even if n is क्या हो रहा है? Even if n is 10, अरे ये एक सेकेंड, ये बहुत दिन बाद यूज कर रहा हूँ ना, तो नखरे दिखा रहे हैं, कोई नहीं. So if even if n is something like 10 to the power 5, okay, but you're running this test case a lot of times, so it's like the complexity is bgo of t into 10 to the power 5. T can be massive. T can be somewhere. What if t is 10 to the power 5? If t is 10 to the power 5, then it becomes 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 5, which is 10 to the power 10. Thereby, you will get a TLE. Did you understand this? अच्छा, वो लिखा ही नहीं इस स्क्रीन में, लिख ही नहीं रहा है क्या? स्क्रीन में लिखा ही नहीं, माय बैड. स्क्रीन में वेट, हाँ हाँ पता है, स्क्रीन में नहीं लिखा, पता है पता है पता है पता है, रुको. Someone. Okay, so if you see over here, if n is something like 10 to the power 5, okay, now you have a while which runs, which is while t minus minus. So test case ke andar you're calling the function, test case ke andar you're calling the function. So original complexity is t into n, original complexity is t into n. So imagine the number of test cases can be 10 to the power 5. Even if your function, even if your code is running in big O of n, it will be like 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 5, which will make it big O of 10 to the power 10. Hence, it will end up giving something like a time limit exceeded. Did you understand? Did everyone understand this? Why is it giving a TLE even if you write a big O of n solution and n is just 10 to the power 5? Because this function is executed for test cases, for multiple test cases. बार बार बुलाएंगे, बार बार बुलाएंगे. अगर बार बार बुलाएंगे तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा ना. तो मैं सिर्फ एक बार जनरेट कर दूंगा, एक ही बार. अपन क्या करेंगे, एक बार जनरेट करके रख देंगे. फ्यूचर में कोई भी बोले कि भाई क्या है आंसर, मैं बोलूंगा भाई मैंने जनरेट करके रखा था, ये ले आंसर, टेक दिस एज द आंसर. गॉट इट? डिड एवरीवन गेट दिस? Did everyone get this? So first call, see what happens is the first call. Initially, first call is 0. Okay. Now, for the first time when the test case runs, it goes and calls the function and generates all of these things. For the next time when it runs, it will not generate. वो सीधा value दे देगा. ठीक है? Minor dp, minor dp, minor dp. Okay, I need a US from everyone. US from everyone who understood. US from everyone. US from everyone who understood. Come on, give me a quick US. Can mod function? Yeah, mod does increase the complexity of the code, but not much. Not much. Can I get a US from everyone who understood this? Yes, but you can repeat the code. You can go back and watch the code if you want to watch it. Okay, looks like most of the people have watched it. There's a lot of people watching on Get Hired, a lot of people watching at the GFG's main channel. So दो जगह comment follow करना मेरे लिए थोड़ा tough हो रहा है. I'm not sure why they streamed it at two places. अरे जावा में ये पूरा सेम होता है भाई. फिर जावा वाले आ गए. In Java, this thing is exactly the same. If I just copy paste, if I go to Java, it's the same thing that you write inside the function. It's the same thing. Yeah, stop doing C++ Java. Stop doing that shit over here. Okay, got it, everyone? Okay, so just a quick thing. If this object would have been created inside the test case, then you would have to keep these things outside. Outside. If the object of this class would have been created inside the test case, then you would have done this outside the class. Because whenever you create the object, everything gets reinitialized. Got it? Okay, cool. Everyone understood? So I'll move to the next question. ये जावा सी प्लस प्लस पाइथन कोई नहीं करेगा. समझो ना लॉजिक, समझो, अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिक. व्हाट जावा, व्हाट सी प्लस प्लस. I think I'll have to bring a video जहां I'll actually show you examples by doing a C++ versus Java, so that you don't do C++ Java. कोई एक गधा था करके चला गया कि C++ versus Java, तब से लोग परेशान करके बैठे हैं. Okay, I am following Geeks for Geeks main channel comment. So if you're watching at Get Hired, please go to GFG and comment there, because I'm not following this Get Hired stream. I'm not following this stream. I'm following the stream of GFG's main channel. That's why I'm watching the comments. So I'll be watching the comments of GFG's main channel. Okay. Official channel GFG Geeks for Geeks. That is where I'm following the comments, guys. Okay, cool. How many of you were able to solve this problem? How many of you were able to solve this problem? अरे सी प्लस प्लस जावा पाइथन कुछ नहीं होता है. It's just I'll bring a video probably next week where I'll show you why, if you know C++ or if you know Java or if you know Python, you can actually code in any of the languages. And I'll show you and I'll teach you. If you know Java, how can you code in C++? If you know C++, how can you code in Java? I'll teach you. Okay. You don't have to learn the entire language. It's just a minor thing that you have to know. That's it. Okay. Got TLE? Okay. The question at first might look like a binary search. The question at first might look like a binary search, but it is not. It is not. A lot of people might think this is binary search, but this is not binary search. It's like it's the easiest problem. Okay, let's read the problem. There are n water tanks in a row. You are given an array A of size n, where AI represents the water in the I tank. You need to empty all the tanks. You need to empty all the tanks. Okay. To do so, the water present can be shifted into a bigger tank with infinite capacity. So you're given a lot of tanks and you have a very big tank where you have to shift everything. Okay. It is compulsory to continuously shift water from some tank to the big tank every minute until all the tanks are empty. All the tanks are old and leaking. Every minute they leak 1 unit of water. You need a bucket to transfer the water from one tank to the another. The bucket can only shift water from a tank if its capacity is greater than or equal to water. That means if there is a tank with 20 liters of water, then you need a bucket of 20 liters or more. You can't be like 10 लीटर का एक बकेट ले आया, ए भाई 10 दे, 10 लेके डाल दिया. Sorry, English. You can't do this, that if there's a 20 liter of tank, you say, okay, I'll take a 10 liter of bucket. I'll be like, take 10 and next again come. No, you can just transfer once. Thereby they are saying whatever bucket you are taking, it has to be greater than or equal to the capacity, so that you take everything at once. You can't do like twice, thrice, or 4 times. You have to do it at once. That is why it has to be greater than or equal to the water present in the tank. You are a private contractor and you do not care about the amount of water getting wasted during the process. You just want to minimize the cost of the entire operation. So you don't care. You want to minimize the cost of the entire operation by buying the smallest bucket that will complete the job. Find the minimum capacity of the bucket that should be used to empty the tanks. Let's try the first example. Okay, 7, 18, 16, 14. 7, 18, 16, 14. So imagine, if I use a bucket of size 7. If I use a bucket of size 7, I can transfer this and this will become 0. So the first minute I will transfer this and this will become 0. And this will reduce to 17, because the question clearly states that 18, it will reduce its size by 1 liter. This will become 15, this will become 13. Okay, that's after first minute. If you decide to select a bucket of size 7, in the second minute you have to transfer. You can't say that I'll not transfer, because the question states continuously you have to keep transferring, continuously. So if you take a bucket of size 7, you can't transfer anything, because everything is greater than 7. Because everything is greater than 7. So you cannot transfer. So a bucket of 7 is not possible. A bucket of 7 is not possible. So this is the reason. If you take a bucket of size, let's say 15, what if you take a bucket of size 15, you can actually transfer everything. Why? I'll show you. Like you can try on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, everything. But whenever you take 15, you will see it is possible. If you take a bucket of size 15, on the first minute, this will become 0. This will become 17. This will become 15. This will probably become, 13. Yeah. So that's on the first minute. On the second minute, you'll be like, I'm having a bucket of 15. So let's take this off. So 0, 16, 0, 12. That is what will happen. Next, on the third minute, you'll be like, okay, I have a bucket of 15. I can probably take this. So 0, 15, 0, 0. Now, on the fourth minute, you again have a bucket of 15. So you can like 0, 0, 0, 0. So apparently, if you take a bucket of 15, you will be able to empty everyone. You'll be able to empty everyone. So which algorithm? Which algorithm? Which algorithm do you think can we apply? Can you tell me which algorithm do you think we can apply? Greedy? Okay, perfect. Yeah, amazing, amazing. That is correct. You need greedy algorithm to solve this. Yes, you need greedy algorithm to solve this. Why greedy? No need of binary search. Don't overcomplicate questions. Think normally. Think normally. If the contractor is not cared about wasting water, I repeat, if the contractor is not caring about wastage of water, what will he always do? He will wait till the water reduces. He'll wait till the water reduces, isn't it? Because I don't care about wastage of water. So if I'm a contractor, what will I do? I'll be like, I will wait till the maximum wastage of water. ये 18 जितना छोटा, like this 18 as small as it can get, that's better for me, because then only I can take a smaller bucket. So contractor will be like, पानी कम नहीं देते, let the water reduce. Contractor will be like, let the water reduce. So if I'm saying let the water reduce, so what will the contractor do on the first minute? He'll be like, okay, bigger buckets, bigger water, bigger tanks, let them reduce. So I will at the first minute be like, who's the smallest? Who's the smallest? Let's start with the smallest. So I'll be like, okay, who's the smallest? So if I sort them up, it'll be like 17, 14, 16, 18. Can I say it'll be something like this? If I sort them up, contractor will be like, oh bhai, who's the smallest? 7. Okay. So I'll take 7 and I'll make it 0. And this will become 30, 13. This will become 15. This will become something like 17. Right? Now contractor will be like, who's the smallest? 13. Le lete hain. 0, 0, 14, 16. Now contractor will be like, okay, 14. Let's take it. 0, 0, 0, 15. Now the contractor will be like, who's this? But I can't go beyond, like beneath this. 18 को इससे छोटा तो मैं नहीं कर सकता. So can I say 15 will become 0? Separately, at this step, we required 7. At this step, we required 13. At this step, we required 14. At this step, we required 15. Which is the largest bucket size you required? 15. And that's the minimal you need to have. That's your answer. How many of you got the logic? How many of you got the logic? How many of you got the logic? You need to understand, if you see my channel's demographics, I have a lot of audience from South India. So I can't go to Hindi. I know Hindi gives a lot of energy, but you need to understand, when you go to interviews, uh, you will not be explaining things in Hindi. So the better vocabulary you have for English, that will be better for you, because going forward in an interview, you need to find words to explain to the interviewer. You can't be like thinking about words to explain. And if you do not have a larger vocabulary, what will happen is, you will fail to explain it to the interviewer, and then there are consequences to it. So the best thing that you can always do is try to watch as many Netflix English movies as possible. Try to watch English lectures, try to give mocks in English, because when you go to an interview, you want your English vocabulary to be as good as possible, because you have to explain it. And if you're watching lectures in Hindi, what happens is you don't find the alternate English word, and you might not be able to explain. Okay, so फील फील का बात नहीं है, फीलिंग लेने नहीं आया हूं मैं यहाँ पे, समझ रहे हो? यहाँ पे मैं फील देने या फील लेने नहीं आया हूँ. जब आप इंटरव्यू में जाओगे, योर इंटरव्यू माइट बी समवन फ्रॉम यूरोप, राइट? सो यू नीड टू हैव दैट good English. If you do not speak well, or if you're not able to communicate properly, going forward in the job also, you will have a problem. Okay, okay, cool. So what's the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer, guys? Okay, let's get started. So can I say the first step that I'll do is sort it? That's the first thing I'll do. Java guys can write arrays dot sort. Java guys can write arrays dot sort. I'll write a comma a plus n. Java guys can just write arrays dot sort. It will sort the array. So I've sorted it. Now I know minute equal to 0. For I and I equal to 0. Everything is sorted. I need the largest bucket size for sure. I need the largest bucket size for sure. So can I say the minute 0, I take the smallest guy. I take the smallest guy. So definitely that will be the bucket that I'll require. The smallest guy is the bucket what I'll require. But when I come to the next interval, like if I just write the example again, let's go 7, 14, 16, 18. Let's write 7, 14, 16, 18. So at 0th minute, I require 7. After that, this 14 will become 13. This 16 will become 15. This will become 17. So can I say at minute 1, 14 becomes 13. At minute 2, 15 will become 14. At minute 3, 17 would have become something like 15. So can I say it's like array of I minus the minute? Can I say this? Or if I have a proper observing power, index is 0, 1, because at first minute only I'll try to use 14. At second minute, I'll try to use this. At third minute, I'll try to use this. So in short, instead of minute, can I say AI minus I? In short, can I say AI minus I? Can I say AI minus I in short instead of minute? Because that's what the minute is. Can I say yes or no? I can. So apparently it's just AI minus I. That's the bucket that I'll always require after every minute. And the largest of that will be my answer. Okay, got it? Everyone? Got it? Can I get a yes if everyone has understood this? I hope the constraints were not requiring long. एंटी था हाँ ठीक है हो गया cool has everyone understood this? Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes? Even if they are duplicates, you have to wait for the next minute, because in a minute you can only empty one time, so you have to wait for the next minute. Okay, cool. Has everyone understood? Can I get a US from everyone? यहाँ पे भी लोग हैं काफी. अरे यहाँ पे मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ. प्लीज गाइज watching at Get Hired with Geeks for Geeks, please switch to GFG's main channel, because I'm not watching out the video, the comments. I know you guys are giving comments, but I'm just watching out the comment from the main channel, because that has the main watching. Please switch to the main channel. It goes by the name just Geeks for Geeks. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, अभी भी लोग देख रहे हैं. देखो, I'll not read the comment. I'll not read the comment there. Go and comment there. For anyone who's wanting me to repeat things, just do one thing. Just scroll back and you can watch it again, right? So YouTube gives you an option of scrolling back during live as well. So just scroll back and watch it. You'll understand. you'll require largest bucket. That's why. Because अगर उतना बकेट है नहीं, हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ, अगर उतना बड़ा बकेट है नहीं तो उस मिनट पे आके आप वो पानी उठाओगे कैसे? तो उतना बकेट तो मेरे को चाहिए ही चाहिए। तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे मेरे को 7 का बकेट चाहिए था, यहाँ पे 13 का चाहिए था, यहाँ पे शायद 14 से हो जाता, बट यहाँ पे 15 का चाहिए। तो ओवरऑल एक 15 का बकेट लूँगा तो सारे केसेस कवर अप हो जाएँगे। तो ये फंडा था, ठीक है? रिज़्यूमे रिव्यू अ, करते हैं यार, मतलब इट्स वेरी टफ डूड। अ, मुझे खाना खुद बनाना पड़ता है, मतलब बनाना नहीं, मतलब एटलीस्ट रूम साफ, किचन साफ, कपड़े साफ। फिर ऑफिस से मैं अभी आया जस्ट, एंड it takes a lot of toll on your body when you stay alone, so it's a bit tough. So the time complexity will be n login because you're using sorting. Even if you use binary search, it'll still take n login. So yeah. For first solution, and Python driver calls solution class every time. So given TLE with your solution as well. Okay, so if you go back, a lot of people are saying, okay, so Python, if I go over here, Python 3, let's go and look at the driver. Yeah, so if you see in Python, the solutions object is created inside the while loop. The solutions object is created inside the while loop and they're calling it. So what you need to do is the flag that I kept, keep it outside of class, keep it as a global variable, because what I did in C++ was I was just keeping something like sorry, my bad, keeping something like flag equal to 0, right? So what happens is whenever you call this object, it gets created everyone. So just take it off in Python, just keep it outside. Keep the like whatever you're doing, something like a equal to, भूल गया हूँ मैं Python, but ठीक है, I think कैसे लिखते थे, into, yeah, this is what you write. If you write this and then you can write the same thing, define solution, and yeah, you can just go across and write the same thing, then it will work. Okay, and over here you can just say if flag equal to 0, and you can just go call the solution, instead of solution you can say generate it, and you can say generate. That's what you can easily do. You can just go and call the generate, and that's it. And going across, you can just make flag as 1 and everything stays the same. Okay, cool. Let's come back to this. How many of you were able to solve this? So whenever there is, like, you see the solution object being created inside the test case, just keep the flag outside, because if you keep it inside the class, it gets created every time. Okay, whichever language you code in doesn't matter. See, concept will stay the same, only the syntax changes. You don't need to be proficient at, like, if you're proficient enough in one language, others you can always write if you know basic syntax. That's it. Just need to know how do you declare a function. That's it. Cool. I want you to read this question and tell me how many of you were able to do this. Can I get a yes if you're able to do this, and if you're not, can I get a no as well? No तो कोई लिखेगा नहीं, but still. It is a variant of find number of subarray with no duplicate. Okay, I did it earlier. Okay, it does not understand your English or Punjabi. Okay, spam accounts. कितना बकवास टाइम है. How much vella time do you have to create spam accounts to drop a comment here so that I get offended? पढ़ाई कर लो ब्रो, पढ़ाई कर लो. मुझे ऑफेंड करके लाइफ में तुम्हें क्या मिलेगा? I am well placed, I earn well. Your one offending comment won't do me anything. मेरे को अपना पैसा मिल जाएगा. तो ये सब काम मत करो, पढ़ाई करो, पढ़ाई लिखाई करो, काम आएगा. No, I'm not in Bangalore. I'll come Bangalore in December. नहीं, चॉकलेट नहीं खा रहा हूँ. या इंडिया में भी मिलता है, खा लो. Okay, this question was, I can say it was, I'll not say it was hard, but yeah, it was in medium. So basically what they're saying is, calculate the sum of the beauty of, like, given an array of length n, okay, the beauty of the any of its subarray is given as, where are you? Array, for people who don't know me, just go and type this, you'll get to know. Just go and type take you forward, okay? Like this, type this on YouTube, you'll get to know about me, okay? So given an array of length n, the beauty of any of its subarray is given as number of elements in the subarray that occurs exactly once, okay? So the number of subarrays where the the beauty of any of its subarray is given as number of elements in the subarray, number of elements in the subarray that occurs exactly once, okay? So for an example, if you see 242, let's take 242 and explain you. So basically, you have to count how many distinct elements are there in subarray. I think that's the question. You have to just count how many distinct arrays are there in the subarray. Yeah, distinct arrays. So if you see this subarray 242, there's only one distinct array, so the beauty of this is 1. If you see this subarray, there are two distinct elements, 2 and 4, so the beauty is 2. If you see this subarray, the beauty is 2. If you see this subarray, the beauty is 1. If you see this subarray, the beauty is 1 again. If you see this subarray, the beauty is 1. So that is what they're saying. You have to basically tell me the summation of the beauty, okay? The summation of beauty is what you have to find, okay? So let's write this: 2 1 3 2 1 4. Probably let's take 2, okay? So let's take this array. So if I ask you the subarrays, so if I ask you the subarrays, for people who don't know subarrays, it's very simple, the contiguous part of the array. So if I ask you the first subarray, it'll go as 2, which is this portion. The next subarray will be 2 1, which is nothing but this portion. The next subarray will be 2 1 3, which is nothing but this portion. The next subarray will be 2 1 3 2, which is nothing but this portion. And similarly, you can go across finding out all the subarrays, okay? So if you see how many distinct elements are there, I can say this is 1. I can say this is 1. I can say this is, sorry, this is 2. I can say this is 3. And over here, I can say the number of distinct times is 2. So, can I say, if I just change the color, please observe. Can I say 2 contributed 1 to the answer? Can I say to the answer, to the answer, this 2 contributed 1? Can I say this 2 and this 1 contributed 1 each? Contributed 1 each to get 2. Stop commenting. Stop commenting. Stop commenting. Stop commenting. Last wala 2 because the number of distincts are 1 and 3. 2 is not a distinct. 2 is not a distinct. 2 is not a distinct. So if you see 1 plus 1, again 2 is contributing 1 to the answer. If you again see over here, this contributed 1, this contributed 1, this contributed 1 to give 3 to the answer. The beauty was, like, the answer was given, first it was given 1, then it was given 2, then it was given 3. So out of those 3, the 2 contributed 1. Can I say this? Now, if you see this, the 2, this time, this 1 contributes 1 and this 3 contributes 1. Why not this 2? Because they are saying in a subarray, you have to tell me the distinct elements. That's the beauty of a subarray. The beauty of the subarray is the distinct elements. So 2 appears twice. So it cannot be said as a beauty. It cannot be said as a distinct. So it does not contributes to the beauty of the subarray, okay? So that's why 1 and 3 contributed 1 each. So if I ask you, this 2, this particular 2, how much did this 2 contribute to the answer? Very simple question. How much did this 2 contribute to the answer is my question to you. Can you tell me how much this 2 contributed to the answer? It's very simple. You will say 1 for here, 1 for here, 1 for here, which is 3. Can I say the total contribution of the 2 is 3? Can I say? Can I say? Because going forward, any subarray, this 2 will be in, will not, because if you go and write the next subarray 2, 1, 3, 2, and 1, this 2 will no more be taken into account. This 2 will be no more be taken into account. So can I say this 2 contributed 3 to the answer? I can, right? So now I'll just erase. I just figured out how much this 2 contributed to the answer. I'll just erase now. And I'll try to form a pattern or something like that. Okay, I'll try to form a pattern now. Now, let's come to this 2. And if I ask you how much this 2 will contribute, so can I say the first subarray this 2 will be part of will be 1, 3, 2? Can I say this is the first subarray this 2 will be part of? Yes. Can I say next it will be part of this extended subarray? Next it will be part of this guy, right? So it's like 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4. And it will also be part of 3, 2. It will also be part of 3, 2, 1. It will also be part of 3, 2, 1, 4. Right? Why not 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2? Why not this subarray? Because it will have 2 twice. So this subarray will not be considered. And what's the next? Can I say just 2 himself? Yes. Can I say 2, 1? Yes. Can I say 2, 1, 4? Yes. Can I say this 2 will contribute as a distinct to this. Do you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree? Does everyone agree that this particular 2 will only contribute to the written subarrays on the screen? Does everyone agree with it or not? This particular 2 only contributes to these subarrays, nothing else. Nothing else. Because anyone, if you take any other subarray, this 2 will probably have this 2 or this 2, which I don't want, because I just want one occurrence of 2, because then only it will contribute to the beauty of it. Otherwise, it won't. Got it? Okay, perfect. So, if I ask you the contribution, can I say that the contribution is again 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I say this 2 contributed 9 to the answer? Can I say this 2 contributed 9 to the answer? I definitely can say, right? This 2, if you remember, contributed 3 to the answer. And if I talk about this 2, you can again figure out how much it will contribute, and you will find that this contributes 3 to the answer. So, can I say, in short, if I can figure out this 2 or every array element, if I can figure out for every array element their contribution, will their summation be the answer? I repeat, if I figure out the contribution of every one individually, can I say summation of the contributions is what the answer will be? Can I say the summation of the contributions will be the answer? Can I or can I not? Can I or can I not? That's my question. Come on, guys. I can, right? Everyone understood? So the question boils down to finding an individual's contribution. That's it. Yeah. The question boils down to finding an individual contribution, and I should be done. Right? So I've trimmed down the question to finding out individual contribution. I have trimmed down the question to finding out individual contribution. So I'll forget about the main question, because I have shortened up the question. I have trimmed the question. Okay. That's the intuition. You always see smaller patterns in a big question. And then you solve those smaller patterns and then summarize them to get the original answer. Okay. By the way, anyone who's a beginner in DSA will not understand. If you're a beginner in DSA, you can drop off. If you're a beginner in DSA, please drop off. If you're a beginner in DSA, please drop off. Not for a beginner. It's not for a beginner. You need to have a very decent experience in DSA to understand this. Okay. So this too, we figured out that this too was a part of 9 subarrays. This too was a part of 9 subarrays. And can I say the number of subarrays is very simple? Figure out this is the boundary and this is the boundary where all the subarrays will be. And the number of elements to the left of it is 3. The number of elements to the right of it is 3. Simple permutation combinations. If there are 3 on the left, 3 on the right, how many combinations of subarray can you form? How many combinations of subarray? Yeah. 3 into 3, which is left into right. How do you come into this observation? Isn't it very obvious? If you write the examples, if you see that every guy is contributing to the answer, then you say, okay, every guy is contributing. So I just traverse back. How do I find every guy's contribution? Simple. Got it? So has everyone understood? So if I can figure out the last, this border before, like right after the 2 and this one, how many elements are on the right? Right? How many are on the right? How many are on the left? And if I multiply them, that will be added to the answer. Can I say this? That will be added to the answer. Right? Why you left first and Ritika? The question clearly states distinct. So if you take any subarray, something like 2, if you include this 2, 1, 3, then if you take this 2, you can't take this subarray. Why? Because 2 appears twice and it will not contribute to the beauty, because beauty states once. So 1 and 3 will contribute to the beauty and these 2 will not. So there is no point in taking this 2 in this subarray. Got it? Okay. How to determine border, I'll tell you. But have you got till here? Guys, have you got till here? Everyone? I've pretty much narrowed down the problem to figuring out, if I can figure out how many are on left and if I can figure out how many are on right, I think my job will be pretty much done. Okay. Cool. Please reply permutation step. It's very simple. See, there are 3 elements on the left, 3 on the right. So if you write down the subarrays, if you take these 3, it's like 1, 3, 2. Then you do 1, 3, 2, 1. Then you take 1, 3, 1. बैटरी रुको, बैटरी खत्म हो गई लैपटॉप की. 1, 3, 2, 1, 4. So you basically started with this 3, then you took, right? And if you again write in the opposite fashion, it's like 3, 2. It's like 3, 2, 1. It's like 3, 2, 1, 4. So that's like this. And the next step, it's like 2, 1. Sorry, just 2, then 2, 1, then 2, 1, 4. So if you see, there are 3, 3, 3. Why? Because there were 3 guys. So 3 guys on the left and 3 guys on the right will make 9 combinations. Pretty standard permutation combination. Simple. Very standard. Okay. Very standard. Come on, yaar. Very standard. Okay. Everyone has got this. Till now, is everything clear? I trimmed down the question to finding out individual contribution. I've taught you how to find contribution. Now we will look at the logic to find the contribution of the code. Okay. So now the question arises, how do you figure out the number of elements on the left? How do you figure out the number of elements on the right for everyone? Very simple. What I'll do is, I will go and say, hey, listen. Can you just, for 2, can you write down the indexes where 2 occurs? I'll be like, okay. So it's like index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So where does 2 occurs? I'll be like 2 first occurs at 0th index, then 2 occurs at third index, and 2 occurs at, so index where 2 occurs, indexes, okay, where 2 occurs. I can probably store it somewhere. So 2 occurs at 0th index. So if 2 occurs at the 0th index, so 2 occurs at the third index, 2 occurs at the 6th index. Now can you say for this 2, how many are left? Can you easily find out? How much? How much? 3 minus 0, 3 on the left. How much? 6 minus 3 equal to 3. Did you get the left and right? Did you get the left and right? And for the 0, how do you find the left? Because there is no one on the left. Just insert a minus 1 on the zeros left, so that if I want to figure out how many are on left, it's just he himself. So 0 minus 1 will give you 1. And on the right, try to insert n, which is nothing but 7. So insert these two, so that you can, for this 2 you can compute the right one as 1, for this 2 you can compute the left one as 1. So just insert a minus 1 and a 7 at the front and at the back. Okay, did you get how did I find? So now let's analyze every element step by step. Okay, let's analyze every element step by step. So first there is 1, so let's write the 1's occurrence. First you will insert minus 1 and 7 at the front and back. So minus 1, 1 occurs at the first index, 1 occurs at the fourth index. Does 1 occur anywhere else? 1 occurs just at the first and the fourth. So for the first, what will be the contribution? Left will be 1 minus 1, 2. Right will be 4 minus 1, 3. So the 1's contribution over here is 6. 1's contribution over here is 6. Perfect. Next one is at 4. What will be the contribution? 3. 3. So 9. So this one's contribution is 9. Got it? Right? Very simple. So let's go to the next thing. 2. So if I look at 2, how much on the left? So where does 2 occurs? So first minus 1 and 7 included. Then 2 occurs at 0, 3, 6. Okay. So if I go for 2, for this, how many on the left? 0 minus 1, 1. How many on the right? 3 minus 0, 3. So this contributes 3 to the answer, 3 minus 1. For this, how much on the left? 3. How much on the right? 3. Contributes 9 to the answer. For this, how much on the left? 3. How much on the right? 1. Contributes 3 to the answer. So this contributes 3 to the answer. Now there is only 3 remaining and 4 remaining. Okay. So let's write for 3 and 4 now. Let's write for 3 and 4. So for 3, how much on the left? How much on the left, guys? So where does 3 occur? First minus 1 and 7. Where does 3 occur? At the second index. How much on the left? 3, guys. How much on the right? 5, guys. How many will it occur on? 15, guys. Simple. Same you can do for 4. Same you can do for 4. So you just need to make sure you need to have a data structure, so that for every element, it stores where does it occur. So which data structure can you use? For every element, you need to figure out where does it occur. And then just traverse in it. Which data structure can you use? Something like a map of vector. Everything stores a list. Something like a map of list. Something like a map of list. Something like a map of list. मजा आया कि नहीं? मजा आया? Can you explain why you have used array for right and not a single? Why did I use an array? I did not use an array. You can use a 2D vector depending on the constraints. Array elements are 10 to the power 9, so you can't use something like an array. Since array elements are 10 to the power 9, map is a better option. I'm not sure sliding windows ho sakta hai ki nahi. I have to think. I think this is the easiest solution, finding the individual contributions. मजा आया सबको? चलो take you forward को subscribe कर दो. Anyways, so Java people, hash map int of list. Okay, int of list, int of array list. Simple. What did I say? Let's go across the array elements, which is this, and say it is for the first time. If this is appearing for the first time, which is map.find it is equal to mpp.end. If it's for the first time, I know one thing for sure. Map of it dot pushback. Remember, the map is containing a vector -1. If it's coming for the first time, पहले तो -1 डाल दे भाई, डाल दे. फिर जहां ये lie करता है, wherever it lies, take that index. Oh, I need an index, right? So yeah, I get. So wherever it lies, just put that index. And after this, go on the map, and say the map to store. एंड में एन भी तो पुट करना था ना, एन भी पुट कर दो. Okay, got it. So you got n. The moment you get n, put it over here. So cool. So done. Next, find out the contributions. Just make sure you take long because I think have they said anything about modulo? But yeah, take long because the answers might be large. Answer equal to 0 for now. You travel for every distinct element. If you remember, we traveled for 1, then we traveled for 2, then for 3, then for 4. So this is kind of traversing in the map and then on the list. First on the map, then on the list. So let's travel on the map. So this is map. What is the number? Number can be called as id.first. What is the list? I'm just writing to explain. List will be id.second because that is where you're storing, right? List got traverse in the list now to get the individual contributions. Maybe something like this. Traverse in the list. Okay. Now get the left guy. Very simple. But by the way, go from 1 till -1 because पहले -1 था, last में n था. So I'll go from 1 to -1. Okay. So ls of I minus ls of I -1. What will be right? ls of I plus 1 minus ls of I. ठीक है, गॉट इट. दो बार डिक्लेयर कर दिया क्या मैंने? क्या हो गया भैया? प्लीज जूम, चलो जूम कर. कुछ दो बार डिक्लेयर हो गया क्या? द इंट एंड वेक्टर इंट, सो 2 टाइम्स इज, क्या बोल रहा है भाई? So what should you do next? You just need to add to the answer. So answer equal to answer plus 1 ll. I think you don't need to. You can just go and left and right. Should work. Once you've done this, quite simple. Just return the answer. Run compile. Okay, got it, everyone. Compilation error. What the hell? Shadow's a parameter. Oh, n is given. I don't need to compile. Where's given as MPP IT? Where's IT? Where did I write IT? Did I write IT somewhere? What the hell? Which line? 22. 22. 22. Okay, sorry. Cool. 8 is the answer, is it? Is it? Yeah, it is. Hopefully it does not overflows because of left into right. Should not ideally, because both are long. Yeah, did not. Cool. Did everyone understand this? Did everyone understand this? Did everyone understand this? So will you stay in Bangalore or just for some time? As for, I think I'll stay in Bangalore for 5 days. I have a lot of friends because all of my friends do work in Bangalore. So yeah. How was it? Complexity, quite simple. You can say the number of times it appears is the number of times you will run through. So logarithmic of n into n is the complexity, because at the max time you're running like once, twice, thrice, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4 appears. Sorry, my bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the number of times these guys appear, that is the time they will appear over here. So you'll at max run for n times into logarithmic of n for the map complexity. Logarithmic of n for the map complexity. N log n is the complexity. Space is very simple. Big O of n. Big O of n है यार space. Big O of n है near about. क्यों? क्या ही स्टोर कर रहे हो? ऑकरेंस स्टोर कर रहे हो. मतलब हर एक बंदे का ऑकरेंस इंडेक्स स्टोर कर रहे हो. सारे इंडेक्स स्टोर कर रहे हो. सारे इंडेक्स कितने इंडेक्स है? n इंडेक्स है. Space is also n. Space is n. How? What are you storing in the map? If you observe, you're storing all the index in the map, na? So overall, it's big of n things that you're storing. Overall, you're traversing for big of n as well, right? No, I'm not in India. I'm not in India. For anyone who's thinking I'm in India, no, I'm not in India. So by the way, in case you don't know me, you can go over here and subscribe to this channel. Over here, you'll find a recursion playlist, a dynamic playlist, binary search, graph series. This is the old one. You can watch the old one, but I'll recommend you to watch the new one, because the new one has a better audio quality, face quality, energy, and you have a lot of problems solved as well. We have 31 lectures uploaded. I'm planning to upload 20 or 25 more. Not getting time, so once I get a bit of time, I'll upload the remaining ones as well. So over here we have a lot of problems. I'll highly recommend you to do these problems like world ladder 1, world ladder 2 in graphs, something like an optimized approach for lead code as well. So try to watch the new playlist instead of the older one. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, you can definitely check out this channel. कुछ बकवास नहीं है चैनल पे, ठीक है, मतलब पूरा पढ़ाई का कंटेंट है, देख लेना in case you don't know. Okay, cool. ऑडियो क्वालिटी, फेस क्वालिटी. हाँ, फेस बदल गया ना अभी. I don't have similar questions, Rohit. Maybe you can find on lead code. Maybe number of, usually these questions will be number of subarrays. The questions which roam around number of subarrays usually are these kind of questions. Trees are, trees is there. Trees is completely. But 55 questions are trees पे. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं आता है. 55 questions are more than enough that I've done on the playlist. More than enough. Do 55 questions and then just keep on practicing. If I do you 100 questions, खुद क्या करोगे? सब थोड़ी दे दूंगा प्लेट पे. सब थोड़ी दे दूंगा प्लेट पे. अरे कुछ नहीं हुआ, वो शेव कर रहा था. दाढ़ी रखते हैं तो शेव होता है ना. शेव कर रहा था, नींद में था, तो गलती से बहुत ज्यादा घुस गया अंदर, तो इट इज जस्ट अ माइनर कट. ओके, एनी अदर डाउट्स गाइस? आई थिंक कितना देर मैंने पढ़ा है? हाँ भैया, 1 आवर स्ट्रीम ले लिया मैंने, काफी. हाउ टू सेंड यू लीड कोड प्रोफाइल? आई एम नॉट रिव्यूइंग. आई एम नॉट रिव्यूइंग एनी मोर एज ऑफ नाउ. अरे इंसान हूँ यार, मतलब कैसे करूँ? अभी अभी जस्ट ऑफिस से आया यार. 9-10 घंटे ऑफिस में रहने के बाद अभी आया हूँ. अभी फिर खाना खाना है, भूख लगा है. अभी ऑर्डर करेंगे, खाना खाएंगे, फिर बर्तन धोना है. बहुत बहुत मेहनत होता है यार अकेले. रिकॉर्ड कर लेंगे, मतलब आई विल रिकॉर्ड ग्राफ सीरीज, डोंट वरी. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड समवेयर डाउन द लाइन, आई एम अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. इट्स वेरी टफ टू परस्यू कपल ऑफ फुल टाइम काइंड ऑफ जॉब्स. मतलब आप काम करते हो, फिर नहीं होता यार हिम्मत. इट्स वेरी टफ, ट्रस्ट मी. कभी खुद ट्राई करना, करने का तो समझ में आएगा. आप आपको अगर मैं बोलूँ 3 सवाल करो दिन के, आप वही नहीं करते हो. आप सोचो मेरे लिए पूरा काम करके आना, फिर वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करना, थोड़ा टफ हो जा रहा है विद टाइम, क्योंकि आपका जितना एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ता है, आपका वर्कलोड भी बढ़ता है ना, तो थोड़ा एफर्ट ज़्यादा है. बट ठीक है, आई ट्राई टू रिकॉर्ड दिस सैटरडे फॉर श्योर। शादी कर लो भैया, यही बचा है मतलब। फिर बोलोगे बच्चे कर लो, फिर बोलोगे और कुछ कर लो। हद हो गया है। उम्र ही कितनी हुई है यार, क्या यार, अब इस उम्र में मतलब बुढ़ा थोड़ी हो गया यार, काफी यंग हो। इतने यंग एज में शादी, नहीं 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 नहीं। और कुछ डाउट्स है? स्ट्राइव हायरिंग कैलेंडर कब डालोगे? हायरिंग कैलेंडर आई थिंक अर्श अर्श को फॉलो करो यार, अर्श अर्श हायरिंग के लिए अर्श। Yeah, that's why I focus on my health a bit more now. If you see on my Instagram as well, I've clearly stated I'm going to focus more on my health now, because we need to understand I'm aging only. I'm not that young striver who was like just out of the college. He did not have much work to do on the office because naya naya tha. I'm aging. I'm gaining an experience. I'm leading projects now. Previously, when I joined these companies, I was not leading projects. I was more like, okay, I was just doing projects. Now I'm leading projects where I'm taking major decisions. I'm meeting with a lot of people. So when you lead projects, it takes a lot out of you, because you discuss a lot of approaches. You meet with a lot of senior people. You discuss a bunch of things, how it will impact the users. You sit back with the users a lot of time to understand what they need. So when you're leading a project, it takes a bit more toll on you, so compared to what it is in your first year of college. तो फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ कॉलेज में या फिर पहले 2 साल में उतना नहीं होता है, बट once you go into this experience zone, you'll be leading projects, and it takes a lot out of you. So it's tough. It's tough, that's what I'll say. Tomorrow is my Amazon interview. All the best. All the best. That is what I'll say. All the best. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm active everywhere. If you're active anywhere, you can definitely check me out. Striver, you can just write Striver, any of the platforms, you'll get me. Okay. I'll probably tell something about Google. कभी और चर्चा करेंगे। अभी मैं जाता हूँ, खाना ऑर्डर करता हूँ क्योंकि लेट हो गया, 8 बज गए। ऑर्डर नहीं करूंगा, 9 बजे यहाँ रेस्टोरेंट्स बंद हो जाते हैं वीकडेज पे, तो आई गो एंड ऑर्डर समथिंग. Let's meet someday. Next Job-A-Thon editorial I'll also do. So let's meet next Job-A-Thon. ठीक है, चलो, see ya. Good night. लाइक कर देना स्ट्रीम को,